1.5 trillion. That's the number of internal parts inside an artificial brain that finished training overnight, while your city was asleep. Roughly 3 times the size of the AI answering your questions today. But the number that actually matters is smaller. 269. The page count of a document that just slid onto a desk in Washington, carrying one line that could decide whether the AI on your phone ever has to be proven safe before it reaches you. Here's the strange part about AI right now. The biggest moves don't arrive with a keynote or a countdown clock. They happen between midnight and sunrise, while the people they affect most are unconscious. The last 24 hours were exactly that. No fireworks, no stage. Just 3 quiet shifts that each quietly rearranged the board. So let's start where it actually started. In the dark, somewhere right now in a building with no windows, rows of chips are running flat out. They don't clock off. They don't sleep. While your city went silent, one of those rooms finished something it had been chewing on for weeks. A brand new artificial brain, far bigger than the one answering your questions today. It came alive overnight, and almost no one watched it happen. Elon Musk's lab, XAI, confirmed in a short late-night post that a major upgrade to its Grok model just landed. And behind that quiet message, reports say a new version finished training, clocking in at around 1.5 trillion internal parameters. That is roughly 3 times the size of the model serving users right now. Not an update. A different animal. Tripling the size of a model isn't a tweak. It can be the difference between a calculator and a colleague. More parameters can mean sharper reasoning, cleaner code, fewer confident lies. And a public release is expected within days, not months. So the thing you'll be arguing with next week, leaning on, maybe trusting, was being born in a data center while you were dreaming. But a bigger brain isn't even the strangest thing that happened overnight. Because while one company spent the night building, another spent it quietly changing what its AI is actually for. And this one touches you directly. Every single time you open the app. OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, switched something on in the last day. Conversion ads. Not just a small label on the screen, but the real machinery underneath. The same tracking pixels and measurement tools that power the entire internet's advertising business, wired directly into the assistant a billion people talk to every day. Read that slowly. The tool people treat like a trusted advisor is now being wired to sell. It can measure exactly which conversation turned into a purchase, which answer turned into a sign-up. The friendly helper and the advertising platform just quietly became the same product. And most users won't notice the moment it changed. And here's where it gets really interesting. Because the third event of the night wasn't a product at all. It wasn't a chip or a model or a clever new feature. It was paper. Plain paper. And it may end up outweighing both of the other stories combined. In the last day, 2 U.S. lawmakers, one Republican and one Democrat, dropped a discussion draft of a sweeping federal AI bill. 269 pages. It's the most complete attempt Congress has ever made to write the rulebook for artificial intelligence. And the headlines mostly slept right through it. Buried inside is the line I promised you at the start. The bill would stop individual states from making their own AI rules. Specifically, the rules that force companies to test their models for safety before releasing them to the public. One national framework switched on. 50 separate state safety checks switched off. Critics were blunt. The watchdog group Public Citizen warned the bill hands oversight to, in their words, a federal government that has repeatedly failed to pass meaningful AI protections. Consumer advocates pointed at what's missing too. Nothing on deepfakes. Nothing on discrimination. Nothing on the AI quietly deciding whether you get a job or a loan. So here is the decision I teased at the very start. While you slept, the people building the most powerful technology on Earth, and the people meant to police it, moved to take the safety check away from your state, and hand it to Washington. A bigger AI was born. Your assistant learned to sell. And the rulebook started getting rewritten. All of it, before your alarm even went off. You woke up this morning into a slightly different world than the one you fell asleep in. A model nobody voted for. An advisor that now sells. And a draft rule that decides who keeps you safe. So tell me honestly, when AI can change this much in a single night, should anyone be allowed to ship it to you without proving it's safe first? Drop your answer below, and I'll read them. That's all for today. If you found this useful, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who'd care. Catch you next time.